Well, yeah, somebody else I so there is that.
All right, let's get started. I know that a couple more people are going to be wandering in, but we have a lot to cover today. So let's start how we always start with gratitude. What things are you thankful for around the office? What things are you thankful for in your world? Please feel free to participate. What are we thankful for? Katie's thankful for vacation.
I'm thankful for days off and for everyone being so awesome about getting me their DAs in on time and allowing me to have a couple days off.
Online, do you have anything you're grateful for? I swear they're there.
I have another one. I'm thankful for Carol because she is doing all of our food for our party today.
Yes.
It's going to be delicious, and I know she works so hard on that.
Yes.
So I'm super thankful.
She's amazing. She did my daughter's graduation party and everybody loved her. And I mean, the food was great. Her husband is super sweet. So
Yep.
I would definitely, put a plug
She's
out there.
awesome. And she should be coming in. She said she's running a little behind, and Gina as well. Let's get started with the mortgage minute.
Sure.
So I don't forget, because I always seem to forget that. And
No, I'm just
yeah,
kidding.
she's like, hello, don't forget about me.
Honestly, there's really not a whole lot going on this week. Same old stuff, inventory, appreciation, all that good stuff. Just know that if you have questions that are specific, I'm here to help. I've been trying to get in more. It's been hard with my daughter's summer schedule, but yeah, if I'm not here, please feel free to call me. I've got my phone with me 24/7, unfortunately, but I want to be available for you. So if you do have questions, call me. I'm more than happy to answer. Rates are still around that 3% mark, depending on what we're doing, and yeah, it's just kind of quiet this week. So let me know if I can help you.
Awesome. She also has some really great co-branding stuff. So make sure that you'll reach out to her about co-branding your mail outs. She has some good content.
Rent versus buy and bid over ask are the two big ones.
Awesome.
Can I ask a question?
Sure you can. Of course.
So are you seeing generally flattening of prices and more slight uptick in inventory?
Inventory has increased slightly, yes, and pricing is kind of holding steady. It's not that sharp up. So yeah, if I hear you right, yeah, they are kind of trying to
Not like this,
balance
it's
a little bit
yeah.
more. Exactly, yeah. And I think, you know, unfortunately though, the downside is that FHA or Fannie Mae has decided to offer 0.5% on student loans now. So we could get more people that are qualified into the market now, which is going to tank the inventory little uptick that we had. So
Just scarf it up.
I know, exactly. So yeah, but that's not official as of yet. So right now, yeah, inventory is looking a little better.
It's a little better, yeah.
Or
You
less.
can even spot check inventory in certain pockets of the city, you'll see it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's-
I saw a post, speaking of that, I saw a post that an agent is doing regularly on Mondays, and she is posting, hey, these are the houses that have made it past the weekend, which means you don't probably have to have competition. So if you're interested in any of these, reach out to me. I thought that was brilliant. So maybe
And
I'll.
I've had a couple of people that have been looking for 5 months that are under contract now, and they did not have to bid over ask.
Right.
Yeah. So it's always encouraging. Like, yay.
Right.
Wasting
Encouraging when you have 15 buyers that you're
Yeah.
working with. Any other gratitude we have? Any upcoming listings?
Got, we have a 1 on 35 acres that just went live yesterday. It's more of a luxury home, unique, 35 acres, stares at the beautiful Rocky Mountains. It's almost 8,000 square feet. It's at 3.7. And then I've got a 4-bed, 3-bath down in the Pinery Glen neighborhood in Parker that is 519. I don't know the price on that one. It's super cute, remodeled, updated, gorgeous, flat backyard, which is so hard to come by, especially in Parker. It's a big lot. And then we've got another one, I actually pushed it a week so that I didn't have, three listings all at the same time this week, but next week is a 4-3 in Denver in the, right off Hampton and Monaco. It's around 750, fully gutted, remodeled, walls taken out, literally everything is brand new, so.
Nice. How'd you get the listings? Any good stories with those?
The one on 35 acres is a referral, so that was a huge compliment. Actually, both the Parker one, it was a buy-sell that I just did, and they referred a buy-sell as well. It was their neighbors. And then the big one is a referral, and then the one on Hampton and Monaco is a flip. So
Awesome. Any other upcoming listings
I have one.
that we want to share? I'm looking at him because I know he just got one. So, Robin, what listings do you have?
I have two, actually. One is coming on the market tomorrow, and the address is 3156 South Ensenada Way. It's in Aurora. It's a beautiful home. They've done updates with the kitchen. It's got 3 baths. They've updated all the baths, hardwood floors, new carpet, new roof, gorgeous oasis backyard that backs to open space. And it's going to be on the market for $450. And I would love to have, I'm going out of town, so I'd love to have someone do an open house on Saturday from 1 to 3. If they're available, please let me know.
You'll hear that? Open house opportunity for some
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Contact Robin. If you don't have her number, come see me after. I can get it to for you.
Thank you. And then the other one is coming on next week. It's in University Hills, updated. It's 3 bedrooms up, 2 non-conforming bedrooms down with a kitchen, a beautiful kitchen downstairs as well, and a family room. And they removed a nursery right behind it, and the city is making a park. So it's going to back to a park, brand new park. It's near Colorado and Evans, and it's going to come on for $620.
Awesome. Congratulations on those listings. How'd you get them?
The first one was a referral from a friend of mine, and the second one is a very close family member.
Congratulations. Keeping up with those sphere calls. If y'all don't know Robin well, she is excellent at that. So we can all learn a thing or two from you.
Thank you.
Shannon, do you have any upcoming listings?
Yeah, I'm mute. Yeah, I just posted it in the chat. We went active yesterday. 6448 East Bates, 3-bedroom, 3-bath townhome. It's near a great community near Yale and Monaco. So it's very close to Bible Park. It's very rare for this model to come up. It's been like 8 months since there's been one of these available in there.
That's awesome. Underground parking, 370.
Yep.
Townhouse for 1,509 square feet. That's a really good price.
Yep.
So good opportunity there. Any other upcoming listings? Of course, Bud.
Sure. I have one that actually I don't think I got the chance. I think I cut out the last time 2 weeks ago. So it's still on the market.
Yes,
On
we
the
had a hard time hearing you. It was
Yeah, so it's actually a 5-bedroom in Highlands Ranch, under 700. It's 9693 Hemlock, right by the Highlands Ranch post office. 5-bedroom, 3-car garage, and listed at $675. Kind of has survived 2 weeks, so
okay.
my clients are ready to find the right fit. So if you're looking for somebody, I think we're the only 5-bedroom Highlands Ranch under 700. And and then I have one coming on tomorrow, 9008 Marabou Court in Highlands Ranch, 4-bedroom, 3-bath. Definitely kind of, it's been a rental for a little bit. It's over by the Palomino Park area, kind of Glen Eagles in Quebec, and about 1,300 finished square feet, and definitely needs a little bit of work, but we're going to list probably about 439 or so. So as of right now, I think there's one active and there's one coming soon in Highlands Ranch under 5, single family. So this I think will be by the second, probably one of only 2 or 3 So if anybody's looking for under 5 in Highlands Ranch, give me a call and we'll go live on that tomorrow.
I will say I did a command ad once for Highlands Ranch under 5. More traffic to that ad
Sure.
because it's so hard to find. So that's a good ad to run if you want to feature his listing.
Sure. And then I did get, just as a heads up, I know a lot of listings come from referrals and everything and stuff, but just for anybody who's like, oh, I don't have any referrals, both of these listings came from people I met at open houses.
Wow.
So just, just hang in there if you're doing door knocking, open house, it's, because sometimes I think honestly, it's like, well, just referrals. It's like, well, what if the people I know don't have a referral?
Right.
How the heck am I going to get business? And there are other ways, whether it's door knock, open house. So anybody who tells you that open houses don't work, I respectfully disagree.
Yep. It's a sphere building. You have to think of it as that.
So anyways, that's where they came from.
Awesome. Congratulations.
I was just gonna ask, on your one in Highlands Range that survived 2 weekends, what is your traffic?
It's been a little bit lower. I mean, I did crazy. I have like 20 signs, open houses, and all over Highlands Ranch. I didn't get a ton of people through. So I don't know if people are starting summer vacation or there's distractions, but it feels like, at least to me, the feeding frenzy of kind of like March, April, mid-May is perhaps going away a little bit. I mean, this is.
I think it's like 600 and above is when it's starting to.
Yeah.
Because I saw,
And 400.
I think which is slower.
No, is busy.
Crazy, yeah. I think, so Tori Whitaker is a big agent, and she just happened to post in a Facebook page I'm on, and she had one at 649, had not had any showings the first weekend, which
Yeah.
is strange. And she's a good agent, so it's not like
Yeah.
she didn't market properly or whatever, but I do think that the shift is showing up a tiny bit above 600. That's for this
Yeah.
asset.
And I mean, it's very apparent just from this office meeting that number of listings are going up. So
Yeah.
that's always a good thing. Any other upcoming
I
listings?
think that said though, just from a coaching perspective, you've got to have those conversations with your clients because going into it to tell them it is, I mean, traditionally July, August is a weird time frame anyway because it's summer, but don't give them false pretense that it's going to be crazy because
Right.
it may not. And
Right.
it's seasonality, it's also shifting. And so just forewarn your people so that you don't look like you're doing something wrong.
Right. It's
You
gonna
know,
be
they're-
crazy, and then it's
They're
like,
stuck on what's going on in the world, and that's not necessarily, July and August, I don't know, too. Those have been slower months in my business in general, and then September, October, we get this big push again. So I think it's important to prepare the clients.
absolutely. The upcoming listings, Matt?
Not yet.
Anyone else? Anyone else? Okay, I'm gonna bring Laura up here from Boomerang. That's right. I'm like, I don't know why I would have this anxiety that I was gonna forget the name of the company. To talk about what she has in front of us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today. So first off, how many people use Boomerang here? Yeah. Good job.
Numbers?
Awesome. And have any of you not heard of Boomerang? Okay. Yeah, you've been eyeing those cards since you said yeah. So I better tell you about them. So what we do is we partner with businesses across the state. Every single month we feature something either 100% free on a postcard or buy one get one free. So just in my hand alone, I have like $100 in value. Crumble cookies, we brand, which was a hit. Everybody loves those. You all have e-liches. You can grab a sample too if you want. You guys can use these all the way till October. So hold on to them and you
Yeah,
can
these
review them
actually
yourself.
work, so don't
Yeah.
throw them away. These are actually good.
Yep, nothing Bun Cakes is our July offer, so this one's gonna be valid starting in July, so you guys can use these. Then on the back of the card, we customize it so as your photo, logo, and contact information. And then a tagline, so you can put a call to action. And then we mail it out to your database. So most people use it for their sphere, because that's where you get a lot of your business from, repeat and referral, right? But we do have people that use it to farm as well, and it works great for them too, as long as they stay consistent with it. So people love Boomerang. I'm sure you guys can vouch for this because your clients will call you or they'll text you and say thank you, or sometimes they feel guilty that you spent so much money on these offers that they don't know how much you really spent. I'll get to that in a second. They're like, thank you for the butt cakes. You didn't have to do that. And you're like, oh, it's my pleasure. So it's that, but you're staying top of mind and consistent. And in this business, if you're not staying in front of your people consistently, someone else will. I mean, everyone knows at least 10.8 agents, if you didn't know that already. 10.8, isn't that weird? Is that like me and a child? Yeah. Anyway, that's the side point. So it's just a really easy set it and forget it way to stay top of mind while providing value. Right? So as far as pricing goes, if you guys grab your samples, on the back of it in this bar, which would be a tagline, it actually has pricing and the website to sign up. So you would just go to the website, create an account, it's very simple, and then you choose a monthly mailer, which is 87 cents per card, or every other month, which is 97 cents per card. And that's your cost, that's it. So
That includes shipping and everything.
everything. So if you're a new agent, which, is there anyone new in here? Okay, so your marketing dollars are what, like nothing? Yeah. So this is actually affordable because if you reach your top 50, which you should have a list of your top 50, and mail out monthly, it's only $43.50 a month to reach your top 50. And that's a really great way to keep growing your business and get all the referral business like you're getting. People love it. It really works. Okay, I'm done.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Do you guys have any questions or?
No,
Comments?
obviously, good testimonial. I've been a Boomerang guy for, I don't know, maybe 4 years now or so. And you know what's great about it is I'm not a huge, like 28 pages of data. And, you know, honestly, in my opinion, nobody cares about year over year versus 9 years ago versus right now. But I have clients that literally will text me a picture of them at Outback or of them at the bun shop or Crumble and be like, hey, bud, thanks for the cookie or so. And it's just, it's something they can actually use as opposed to a bunch of boring data in some sort of a monthly mailer that honestly, in my opinion, people don't even look at. So just my 2 cents. I'm a huge fan. So, and it's very reasonable and it just, it humanizes the process.
Yep.
You know, which is, I think, one of the best things about it. And you just keep doing it, you'll be amazed at how people will just, I think what's the coolest thing is they'll send you a picture of them at the restaurant eating the cookie that you just bought for them for 87 cents.
I hear that all the time.
How deep do you
Thank
go?
you. That's awesome.
How deep do you go? Top 50, top 100?
No, I'm probably about almost 300 a month, but that's sort of past clients, that's Sphere. That's kind of like future clients. So you can go 50. I kind of do my whole Sphere and past clients, or so they get added into it once they buy or sell, as long as they stay local.
Yeah.
So not too deep, but not too shallow.
Pretty deep, yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. So it's probably the best $245 a month I spend.
Is that
Yeah. Is this
minimum?
being recorded?
Can we get that in a testimony video?
I just wanted to say, I second that. We've been using Boomerang for a while now, and we've really enjoyed it. And I do as well get clients that contact me and thank me and say, you know, oh, this was really wonderful. And it's just automatic. So they get it every month and your face is there and you're giving them a gift. And I love it.
Thank you.
What were you
I
saying?
was going to mention that it's scalable. So like, I don't have the money like Bud does to spend on 300 a month, right? So I'm doing 50. But you guys have a database where you can actually go in and unclick those the next month and click those 50 new the next month. So you can use it as a farm sort of every other month.
Yep.
And then scale it as you start to get the business.
Exactly.
So it is really,
There's so
really a
many
great
ways
program.
you can use it.
Is
And
there a minimum that you have to do to start?
50. But we
okay.
also, it's either 50 of the mailed where we mail out for you, or 50 of the unmailed. Now those are cheaper because there's no postage, and they'll go directly to you, and then you can take them to open houses, door knocking, hand them out to your community, your church, gym, wherever. So those are the two options: 50 is either the mailed or the unmailed. And also one last thing, we do have coverage across the state. So if you have clients in Fort Collins all the way down to Colorado Springs, they get the offer closest to them, the local offers automatically, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay.
Bud, did you have something else you wanted to say?
Yeah, I was gonna say, and it was, like, when I started, it was 50, you know what I mean? So you just do what you can kind of within your budget or so to make sure that, well, he's doing 300, I got 300. If it just is 50 or so, then that's where you're at, and that's a great place to start.
And do y'all remember our conversation from a couple weeks ago, how many times consistently we should be touching our database? Anyone remember?
2 to 3.
How many times a year? How many times a year? I know you know this.
30.
36 times a year you should be touching your database. And what are the conversion rates for touching your database 36 times a year? 1 to 6. 6 to 1. How easy is this one touch to add to your system to make sure you're hitting those 36 touches a year?
And that'll cover you the times that your life goes
Crazy.
it's derailed.
Yep,
Get
'cause we
your
need to
clients
balance.
Something here.
We need to balance through things that are easy to do, that are mindless, and also things that are personal, like a phone call. So, great. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
She did bring
Appreciate it.
sandwiches and a nice lunch spread, so please make sure that you grab some of that and take it home, and we don't want to leave any leftovers. So
Yeah,
thank you for being here.
Thank you for the awesome testimony.
Thank you.
Guys,
Awesome. Next we have a good friend of mine, Carrie. Her tagline is Carrie Fit Foodie, so if you want to follow her on Instagram, that's her name. And she is big on meals, movement, and mindset. So I brought her here to do a mindset piece for all of us. Does anybody not have a pen and paper? Anybody not have a pen and paper? Okay, I'm gonna run and grab some paper and pens real quick while she gets started, and because you're gonna want some pen and paper.
Hi, everyone. My name is Carrie. I am one of Madison's good friends. I feel like I've seen some of you all on Instagram from different things posting, but it's nice to be here at the Keller Williams office. As she mentioned, my name is Carrie. I do health and wellness coaching with clients, everything from nutrition to personal training to fitness classes, personal sessions to mindset, interactive journaling. The list goes on, kind of a one-stop shop for everything. I'm here today to help you with your mindset because COVID was kind of a shit show, right? Like COVID kind of uprooted everyone's lives, turned everything into things that were unpredictable, unstable, ungrounded, kind of a crazy time to live through. And now that we are coming out of COVID, how are we kind of resetting ourselves, especially in the business world, getting our motivation back, figuring out what our game plan is now that this world is opening up again, and how to kind of reground yourself in this new space of post-pandemic life. So with that, I don't know if do you want me to drive or you can drive too? What do you prefer? It doesn't matter. You can drive if you want. It's pretty easy. Or
I'll drive.
We're gonna start out with.
Sorry, being back.
What do I do? Okay, so like I said. Why am I here? I'm not really going to explain too much about myself other than you guys are one decision away from an entirely different life. So we all wake up every single day with a choice. You choose where you live, you choose your family, you choose right? You choose your spouse, you choose what you do on a daily basis, you choose if you work out or not, you choose if you eat healthy or not. A lot of us like to fall victims to our life. We complain, we say, well, this happened because of this, or this happened because X, Y, Z. But in reality, we all somewhat to some extent choose every single day what this life is going to be. And everything in your arena or in your 360-degree space is because you said yes on some level, right? So with that comes down to what you're going to do about it and what your next step is. If you want to, it's already pulled up on a tab up there. We're going to start with this video, the other one. Well, yeah, no, that one. Yeah, yep. We're going to start with this video. I hope you guys online can hear this.
Growing up in Italy, when I first moved over there, it was, I didn't speak Italian. I didn't have any friends. I had the game of basketball, and through sport and playing soccer, I was able to make friends and build connections. But it was a lot of time spent alone. And when I came back to the States, I wasn't the most athletic kid. I couldn't compete with these kids. They're doing windmills and dunking backwards, and I'm happy to tap the backboard, So I had to look at it from a long term because I wasn't going to give up on the game. So I had to say, okay, this year I'm going to get better at it. Next year, this, and so forth and so on. And then patiently, I was able to catch them. It's the consistency of the work. Monday, get better. Tuesday, get better. Wednesday gets better, right? And you do that over a period of time, not like 1 month or 2 months. I mean, it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, and then you get to where you want to go. Obsessiveness just comes from something that you love. Like you really love it, you'll go through fire for it. You'll go through the ups and downs with it, and you'll just keep at it because you love it so much. You make game-winning shots, and it's awesome. You come back the next day and miss a game-winning shot, and it's misery. And then the next day comes, and you're back playing again, and you understand that life has a cyclical nature where it's, what you do on Monday, it's fantastic, but then Tuesday is a bad day. But guess what? There's Wednesday. Every day is just constant improvement, constant curiosity, constantly getting better. The results don't really matter. Look at how do you deal with the inner challenges, the kind of the self-negotiation that takes place inside of our own heads. You start talking to yourself saying, man, my knee is really sore right now. Maybe I'm doing too much. And that's when you just got to say, you know what? I'm not negotiating. The deal was already made. I set out at the beginning of the summer and said, this is the training plan I'm doing. I signed that contract with myself. I'm doing it. A lot of times I've seen players, even myself, when I'm young, being consumed by a particular fear, and to the point where you're saying, okay, nah, it's not good to feel fear. I shouldn't be nervous in a situation like that. It does nothing but grow. Emotions come and go. The important thing is to accept them all, to embrace them all, and then you can choose to do with them what you want versus being controlled by emotion. Don't hide from it. You got to be able to look at it and deal with it head on.
Madison Square Garden lit up in the Lakers uniform colors, purple and gold, to honor Kobe Bryant. Bryant and his 13-year-old daughter, Gianna, and 7 others.
It's okay to fail because you're going to be loved no matter what. And that doesn't just mean basketball. It means anything in life.
Okay, so if you go back, I want you all to take out your piece of paper and pen that you hopefully have. And if you don't, your cell phone is fine. Pull up a notepad.
Alice's clip stuff share. This one?
No, it's going to be, she opened it.
This is why I don't offer to do these. Do you remember when we were trying to help you? Oh, wait.
All right, so if we go to slide 5. You may or may not be familiar with journaling, but we're about to do that right now. And I want you to be open to it. And I want you to just write down exactly what comes to your mind. So the first question I want you to answer is, how do I feel today? How do I feel today? It can be short bullets. It can be a sentence. It can be one word. Next question, what negotiations have I been making for myself? These can be excuses, reasons for not doing X, Y, Z, why you cannot accomplish X, Y, Z. What negotiations have I been making for myself? These can be bullet points, sentences, doesn't matter. Third question, where in my life are these negotiations the strongest? Where are there the most excuses for not doing X, Y, Z? What pillar in your life is falling short? Where are you making the most excuses? It doesn't have to be work related, it can be anything. Marriage, work, health, finances. Fourth question, why am I still allowing myself to make these negotiations? And that's a real honest question, right? Asking yourself, why am I still allowing myself to make these excuses? Fifth question, when things get hard, I ... So finish that sentence. When things get hard, I ... blank. Last question for now. The inner dialogue I hear when I need to climb out of a hole is. The inner dialogue I hear when I need to climb out of a hole is. What goes through your head when you're in a pit, or when you're in darkness, or when you're stressed? What do you hear inside your brain? So here's what we're gonna do. This is a share circle now, which may make some of you very uncomfortable because that means vulnerability, right? We're sharing, we're getting to know each other, maybe even sharing things outside of work. If it's too personal, don't worry about it. This is not a stressful environment. Share what you are willing to share. What I wanna ask is, were there any themes that came up throughout these questions? Whether it's different pillars in your life that you notice themes, different things that you tell yourself. Anyone can voice.
Sure, I'll go. So when it comes to the business, I think I'm pretty disciplined. I think I really do try not to listen to my voice about excuses, right? When it comes to how I feel today, is very stressed, but it's family, it's not with work. So sometimes when it's personal involvement or from the heart, it makes it harder to kind of work through it because there's a lot of uncontrollable things there that you got to try to deal with. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I kind of piggybacks off that as much, or as far as if, like that last question, when things get hard in inner dialogue. If that has to do with my clients, my children, my friends, I dig in and get anything done. One of my shortcomings right now is probably my health and my own just personal self-care because I give to everybody else and I lack in the area of taking care of different things that I want to be taken care of. And so I think it's balance is what it brings out. And I wouldn't give up on any of my clients. So reworking that in my brain of why. Not that I give up, I just don't allot the proper time.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing. Did anyone want to share anything else that came up for them? It could be about anything. I know, it's scary. Anyone online want to share anything? I know some of this can be personal. Did anyone have anything come up about why you're still allowing yourself to make excuses? Was that answer interesting for you on the why? Oh, yeah. because we can all come up with excuses for anything, right? Well, I'm too busy. I don't have the money. I can't do it right now. Yeah. Do you want to share?
Self-doubt.
Yeah.
I think it's really easy for me to come up with all the excuses and allow myself to focus on the external excuses of why I'm not succeeding rather than really digging in and figuring out like, what am I not doing and taking that as a responsibility rather than blaming it on other people. Super easy.
For me, it's funny because for 20 years I was exhausted all the time because of my job. And so now I'm so careful and I almost have this fear of being tired. So I pull back because I don't want to be in that position again. And it's trying to go, okay, but that's a totally different world. But it is a fear that I'm like, I am so fiercely protective of my sleep and not giving too much so that I won't get exhausted.
I resonate with that for
Yeah.
sure.
Maybe we should mix it together.
That is so hurtful.
Yeah. Good there.
I resonated with that a lot, and I think I forget too that as humans, we're not static creatures. Like we are dynamic. We can grow. But you get stronger if you lift weights every day, right? You don't just lift 20s every day for the next 20 years, right? So I think sometimes I have a tendency to make excuses where I'll focus on things that I can get quick wins out of, but the things that are long term, got to chip away and be consistent, like eating well or working out, stuff like that. Those are much easier to make excuses to push off the wayside for me.
Yeah. And fall off the wagon.
Yeah.
Because you can be gung ho about something and really jump on, and then 2 weeks later, maybe later. Right. Yeah. Does anyone else want to share anything before we move on? Robin?
Yeah, I was just thinking a couple of those. One is diet and exercise. I realized that I like immediate gratification, even though I have a goal. Sometimes I can't push myself through the gratification that I want right now. But number 6, I feel like when I'm in a hole and I need to climb out, I just have to keep telling myself that I can do it. And I think that positive affirmation about myself and my potential and my, power to move my life forward. I've got it. I just have to keep remembering that and reminding myself.
Thank you for sharing. Yeah, it's funny because whenever something bad happens, quote unquote, we feel like we haven't been there before, but we've all been through hard things. And every scenario for the most part, death, unemployment, changing jobs, moving, like we've all done it. It's just a matter of reminding ourselves that we've been here before. Life is dynamic and we can move past that. This is just temporary. So trying to keep that in mind. This is temporary, that this too shall pass. It's true. Thank you for sharing that, Robin. We're going to move on to another exercise. So if you want, you can actually turn your page. So we're going to recalibrate your life. So like I said, COVID was a little funky, right? So let's get past it and let's start to analyze where we are now, what we like, what's going well, and what needs to improve. So if you see this chart right here, I want you to draw something similar on your piece of paper. There's going to be 2 columns and 2 rows. The rows are going to be going well, going poorly. And the columns are going to say invest new energy, keep the same for now. Now, you all can relate this to your work, divide your work and do a chart for work only. But if you'd like to do it for life, I've included some example categories below. So family, finances, work, personal growth, friends, family, physical health, spirituality, maybe religion, etc. So I want you to go ahead and start to put words in these matrices on where you think these things should be categorized. If it's going well, and you want to invest new energy, I want you to place a word there. If it's going well, but you want to keep it the same because it's great, let's leave it as is, I want you to put a word in that box. So take a couple minutes to start to fill this out in whatever way you think is best for you. It's hard to analyze your life sometimes when you like zoom out. So if this is challenging to start, just give it a minute. right, you all wrapping up a little bit on this one? So I'm gonna ask for you all to share any findings. Was there some block or some square that had more words than others that maybe shed light on what in your life may need to change or what's actually going well? Whose block was strongest in a certain category?
One aha I had was that it is really hard for me to admit that things are going poorly and leave them and they keep the same for now. I'm like, I have to fill it up. I'm zero. I have to change them all right now. And it's not, and I mean, science shows you can only really focus on one area of your life at a time and give all of your energy to that. So it's really easy for me to be like, oh, I need to fix all of these things. I'm going to try to do them all right now, but really nothing ever gets changed. So I'm sitting here laughing because I'm like, I don't want to put anything in going poorly and I'm not going to change it.
Yeah, there are levers to life. Like I always think you always want everything around 75%, right? But sometimes one's at 90 and one's at 50. And then you're like, oh, I got to put this one up. Like, marriage is failing. Let's put that one up and let's focus less on job or whatever it may be. It's always balance. Did someone else feel like one of their squares was heavier than others?
I found it interesting because I feel like I'm pretty content with where I'm at right now, but like I just have everything is going poorly and that's new energy. I don't know if it's because I'm always like, I'm one of those people that always focuses on getting better and sometimes work myself too hard because I feel like everything has to improve. And so it's just kind of interesting to see it written down that even though I feel content, I still have this mindset of, oh my gosh, I need to change everything. And so it probably tells me that I need to just take a step back and relax because I'm fine.
Yeah. Were you gonna say something?
I have nothing to keep the same for now. I mean, it's all either going poorly or.
Yeah, so you want to invest your energy in everything, whether it's going well or going poorly. How are you going to do that? Prioritize.
I think some of what shows up though is when you're driven to continue, and I think the culture of what KW teaches, what drives us as entrepreneurs and agents is always making things better. And so it is hard. I mean, I have a few that are on the line of going well and poorly because it's like, well, some is good, some is bad, it needs work. But I couldn't just leave it alone. That's not my nature to leave it alone. And it's always a juggling act between kids and business and this, that, and the other. But like you said, it's prioritizing it.
And like
That's when we
constantly
get
moving levers.
so-
We're like DJs in our life. We're just like moving things up, bass, treble, whatever.
And my
I'm not a
song
DJ.
might be a little chaotic.
Right?
Metal.
And the song sounds a little weird right now,
Yeah.
but
One thing,
Taylor's like, "Can we change the station?"
one thing I've noticed is that I kind of look at mine. If I want to focus on one, it feels like I have to pull from the other. So like going well, keep the same is like my time commitment. Like, because a few weeks ago just getting railed, having to work like 60 hours a week. I said, nope, no more. I'm gonna set boundaries. No way. Like, can't call me after 7, XYZ. But like some of the things that are like, I would say going poorly is like, I'd like to fill my pipeline more. So how do I fill the pipeline more without taking away and putting, my time that's going well? Because now I'm going to move that somewhere else because I'm going to have to spend more time finding clients. So it's really good to trade off. If that makes sense.
I think that's where like working smarter comes into play too, like because everyone only has so much time of the day. So what are the actionable items that you can take that are going to make the biggest impact? Focus on those. Can you export some of the others or outsource some of the other items? I don't know how y'all are structured specifically, but yeah, stuff like leverage. I just learned all about that. I work in marketing as well, so sounds like a great option for $50 a month. I would do that. But yeah, I think working smarter, figuring out how you can make a bigger impact by doing less. That's actually an intention I taught to yoga one time was, how can you do more by doing less? Simple, but it makes sense. Did anyone else want to share anything about this particular exercise? You all are being great participants, by the way. You never know how people are going to engage, so thank you. Okay, so now that we've gotten that out of the way, we talked about our excuses, we've talked about our lives. Now let's talk about our path forward. So if you want to turn your page, we have another set of journal prompts. I know you're probably sick of writing, but we're almost done. What do I want my life to look like? Whoa. Also, for some of us who are older, like, damn, when was the last time you asked yourself that? Isn't your life already set? No, it's not. It's always dynamic. It's always changing. You can always change something starting today. So right now, I want you to ask yourself, regardless of where you are in your life, what do I want my life to look like? Is it different than what it looks like now? Is it the same? What would you change? Next question for those who are ready to move on. What are 2 things I need to let go of in order to create space for this new vision? What are 2 things that I need to let go of in order to create space for this new vision? Next question, and this is a good one for the ins and outs and dynamicsness of life. That's a word. What emotions do I need to accept that will always come and always go? What emotions do I need to accept that will always come and always go? This is something that Kobe talked about in his video. Fear is always going to be there. What else? Next question, very tactical things for those disciplined people out there. What are 3 things I can do this week to get myself closer to the life I want and desire? Doesn't have to relate to Keller Williams, anything. What are 3 things I can do this week to get myself closer to the life that I want and desire? All right, this one's a longer one. You don't have to write the entire statement, but what contract am I forming with myself today? Kobe mentioned this in his video. You sign a contract with yourself to complete X, Y, Z. This is a sample fill in the blank statement if you want to use it. Otherwise, I want you to write a statement to yourself that identifies the contract you're making with yourself today, right now. If you need to read the screen or can't, it says, I promise that I will blank because I deserve blank. I will achieve this by implementing blank and by completing blank by the end of the month. I will continue to work towards these goals by doing blank each week until I see success from practicing consistency over time. Did anyone want to share anything that came up in these journaling exercises or anything that they thought was surprising or something just really cool that you're going to do right now?
So I'll cut to the last paragraph. I'm sure I don't have all the words right, but personal situation, relax, because I deserve happiness. One of the things that it's almost going back to bold, which is a class that Ron and Keller is the gratitudes, is to do those on a daily basis. Because when you're doing them, you think about how great Jody Walker is.
Right.
So, but you don't say it, you don't think it, it's not in your brain. So you think of all the bad stuff that's going on and you just focus on it, bang, 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 bang. So I think that's what comes out.
Love that.
I think going through it, one about emotions that we need to accept. I think it's really hard for people to understand emotions are natural, but you can reflect on like what is going on around it, you know. I mean, my sister died of suicide at 36 years old. And I think the world expects you to fall apart. And you know, I don't know how you do that, I don't know how you do it. Well, it hurts, it's tragic, it's awful, but that's an emotion, that there are emotions we feel that you can choose to stop life over that, or you can choose to reflect on everything she represented. And, you know, I was blessed to be raised by a man that, you know, my dad taught me. I have had awful, hellacious days, you know, especially in the last 5 years of my life. But I also make a decision. I'm happy no matter what every single day. And that's hard. I understand that for people, it's natural for me because that's just a behavior I was taught and I practice every day. And so with the emotions, don't be afraid. You know, it's natural to have the emotion. It's what you call the emotion that's right or wrong. And, you know, we teach our children that, and that's important. It's okay to be angry. What you do with that anger is either right or wrong. And with our businesses, you know, I think it's easy to adopt our clients' emotions as well. I know in my 20s, I could not detach from their emotions, but just to teach our kids, have a wall. They can have their emotions. That's fine. Let them vent. That doesn't personally say anything about you, and vice versa. You know, but that's probably one thing in this exercise I can tell you. My emotions are, you know, they're not going to waver based on what is going on.
Yeah, I love that you shared that. I don't know if you all are familiar with Mel Robbins. She's like a motivational speaker. She's written books, all of that. But she says that emotions and actions conflict all the time. Someone can be super depressed in a marriage, feel horrible about getting a divorce, but still take the step to do it anyway. And you're allowed to separate those things. I know that was a tragic example, but it's the one that she used when people just feel stuck in their lives. You can still feel fear, but still move to a new state anyway, or still feel excited, but still have that fear as well. So you can have both of those. And I like that Kobe mentioned that too. Like there will always be emotions surrounding everything. It's just what you do with it. So thank you for bringing that up. Learn to laugh a lot. Did anyone have anything else? Yeah.
I think, you know, the first one is what do I want my life to look like? I think it's just every day, whether it's being a better husband or a better father or a better business person or so, that you try just to take, kind of like Toby said, you take sort of baby steps every day. Like, what did I do today to become a better friend or to be a better entrepreneur? You know, it's not all business stuff. And so it's just, are you aware of it? And then it's like, okay, I'm gonna send a text to my daughter during school or so that I know will make her laugh or whatever. You know, when it's like, I don't feel like it. You know, I'm busy, blah blah blah. So it just and you know, what's one more call I can make in business, or you know, let me try this, or let me actually sign up for the boomerang for the minimum or whatever. Just action as opposed to talking about stuff but not acting or executing. It's easy to sit and talked about, wanting a big business or everything, but it starts with action. And so, anyways, I think it's an everyday, both business and personal, to be able to just take baby steps to just try to get better every day, knowing that you're never going to get it all figured out, and nobody ever, I guess, fully arrives. But the joy, I think, is in the journey of each day, just trying to do something to get a little bit better than I was yesterday. So.
I know we're at time, but that's like a great segue to my next slide. 1% better every day. I tell my clients this all the time. It's not about 100% perfection. Can you do 75 to 80% 100% of the time, right? Like perfection, it does not exist. 1% better over time, 1% better every day. Consistency over perfection, consistency over time with anything, with your health, with finance, with your business, with your marriage. Keep going, keep showing up, trust the process, know that you've been in the holes before and you know how to climb out of it. I didn't go into who I was because y'all aren't here for me, I'm here for you guys. But if you're interested, I have worked in digital marketing and advertising for 12 years. I always did health and wellness on the side, but now I am doing half and half, doing it all. If you are interested in wellness coaching or anything like that, I have clients who have gotten beefy and real in shape, and I've gotten clients who have lost 100 pounds with me throughout COVID, which is crazy. Here's just some testimonials about what people have said about me. I love working with everyone in the trifecta of meals, movement, and mindset. You cannot heal the body without also healing the mind as well. And if you do want to contact me, that is my contact information. But I really appreciate everyone online and in person being vulnerable and sharing. I know that's tough, especially with coworkers. It can be so awkward. But thank you for having me. And I hope that this exercise helped you guys. So thank you.
Thank you. Awesome. Well, that's all we have for today. We are right at time. So make sure you grab lunch and don't forget to report your new listings on the listings wall. Like we've talked about, 100 listings in 100 days. We are on track, guys. We are crushing it. So make sure you keep adding that up. So
What's the end of the 100 days?
100.
What's the last day?
It's September 19th.
9/19.
Yes, and we have a lot of really great prizes. $1,500 cash prize, 2 $500 cash prizes, 4 $50 prizes. And if we beat Littleton office, we get an espresso machine, baby. That's what Victoria's like, I'm going to start getting my listings myself because I want that espresso machine. So, y'all have a good day. Thanks for coming. And stay for Matt's appraisal. Yes, and Matt's appraisal class is happening right now. And don't forget that we have the welcome back party this afternoon. And there will be drinks.
Is that 4 or 3? Is this class?
4 to 6. Yes, Matt's going to be in here.
So you're
Yeah. It's like a breed, exactly what you like.
Hey, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for